This is Blunt Talk, your source for good inspirational news only. With your host, Gino Arcarion.
Be more or be less. It's your biggest decision today. In his book, Soul of a Lifter, Gino inspires you to make the right decision. Compete on the only stage that really matters, real life. Purchase Soul of a Lifter today at Amazon.com.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Blunt Talk Podcast. We're broadcasting today from the third floor of my gym, X Fitness, Welland, Ontario, Canada. X Fitness is committed to lift in mind, body, and soul, and to the celebration of good inspirational news only. Today's podcast is a blast, a shorter 5-minute version consisting of a motivational speech and top 1,000 workout song of the day. Here's real life lesson number 7,051 that I've taught football players for 40 years and college law enforcement students for 2 decades. Reject rejection. Do not let what scares you scare you away. Less than 3 years ago, I started Blunt Talk Podcast from scratch. No sponsors, no advertisers, no investors. Not one potential advertiser returned my call. Not one response to hundreds of advertising proposals that I sent worldwide. I decided to do it alone. My gym, X Fitness, sponsors Blunt Talk Podcast. My first episode had only 7 listeners. Even next of kin wouldn't tune in. Less than 3 years later, we've reached over 30,000 listeners in 83 countries. Here's my point. Never, ever let rejection stop you from your divine calling. Never let failure get in the way of your dreams. Never, ever worry about your competition. Never, ever let what scares you scare you from what's inside your heart. Never, ever let an investment scare you from your divine mission. And never, ever get discouraged at the beginning of any process. The start of any process will always look like hell, sound like hell, and feel like hell. The hell at the start of any process hurts a lot less than a tortured soul of an unfulfilled life. Top 1,000 workout song of the day, Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. It's a masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen, released way back in 1969, year 1 of my 48-year workout streak. The most important element of any streak is momentum. I built up momentum in year 1 of my workout streak, set by set, rep by rep. Momentum moved me all the way from 1969 to last night's back-to-back workouts with my women's lifting team, where I cracked the 1,300 rep barrier at the age of 60. Momentum does not just happen. You have to push like hell to build momentum. Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival, $1.29 on iTunes, guaranteed to lift. Blunt Talk Podcast is on a mission to reach and lift all 7 billion humans on planet Earth. In just under 3 years, we've already reached over 30,000 listeners in 83 countries. Please continue sending your comments and questions to www.ginoarcaro.com or www.xfitness.ca. Thank you for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Much love to our worldwide audience. Blessings and all good things. Peace.
Join us tomorrow for another 5-minute blast by Gino Arcarion and more excerpts from his book, Soul of a Lifter.